everybody? It's Kelsee Briana J here with my foundation routine. I've gotten so many inquiries on my foundation routine that I decided to give you all the tea as well as an entire week full of foundation videos. So in this video, I'm going to start with the basis of it all. How do I apply my foundation? How do I make sure that my foundation stays all day? And how do I make sure that my foundation is overall flawless? So I'm going to tell you what I do step by step and break it down for you guys. So I hope that this video was helpful. I'm going to give you all my tips and my tricks. Whether or not you wear foundation and you're trying to get into it, or you've been wearing foundation and you're looking for an updated method, I hope that you can learn a thing or two from me. So with no further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it, and I'm going to show you my updated foundation routine. The first thing that I start out with is my Natasha the Silk Canvas Primer. This stuff works with all of my favorite foundations. I just take a little bit of it. I don't use a lot. I apply it right here in areas where I feel like it's not as smooth. So the foundation that I'm going to be using today for the demonstration is my Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. Love this foundation. I actually have two of them. I have one in the color 8. This is my dead of the winter color. And one in the color 9. This is my dead of the summer color. So what I'm going to do, since I'm in neither of those seasons, is mix this together. So I'm going to take my little Petri dish. I got this from MAC when I used to work there. One of my managers let me have it. I did not take it. And I use this to mix my foundations on. So I'm first going to take 8 and shake it up. And I'm pretty familiar with how much I need to be mixed and how much I use. So I'm going to take 2 pumps of this, and then I'm going to take 9 and shake it up, and I'm going to take a pump of 9. To blend out my foundation, I always use a sponge. Today I'm going to be using the Kelsee sponge. I take the booty of the sponge and just blend that all together, and the sponge is going to absorb that product and blend it together for you. Now with the booty of the sponge, let's apply it. So I'm just going to press it in. And I know you're probably like, nothing is happening. Something is definitely happening. What we're doing is applying a thin layer of this foundation all over the face just to even out the skin. So press this in really good. If you still see imperfections, don't worry about that. We'll go back over it. But for now, we just need like a thin layer. So that's about as much as I'm going to get with this sponge. If you have pretty flawless skin, then you're done. But for me, I have acne scarring and other scarring that I want to cover. So I'm going to go back in with a little bit more foundation. I'm going to take a little bit of the darker foundation, and I'm going to put that on the perimeter of my face. So I'm going to take a squirt of that, work little by little where I feel like I need more coverage, and build it up there. I always like more coverage on my chin. And then like right here underneath like the contour, I like to have a little bit more coverage there. And then go back over the entire perimeter of the face just to even that color out. So now I'm going to go back in with a little bit of the lighter one. And I'm going to take a little bit of this where I need it in the center of the face. So I'm just pressing that in on my cheeks, my nose. I don't like to put a lot of foundation on my nose because I feel like it looks cakey. So I just take a little bit of whatever I've already patted off on my cheeks and apply that on my nose. So this is all that I do of foundation. Wherever else I need coverage, I then go in with my concealer because I do not like my foundation to look cakey. So I'm just going to go in with that. Today I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Away Concealer. And I take my concealer under my eyes, on my chin, and on my forehead. And sometimes I take it around my mouth. I did that today, so then I just blend it out with the butt. And then blend out this concealer with the tip of the sponge just because it fits a little bit better underneath the eye. It hugs the curvature of my under eye. So I like the way that this looks. I feel like it looks fresh and awake. But I know I have combination skin, so I have to set it, period. So I'm going to take my Laura Mercier translucent powder and set my under eye. I go in with my sponge, dip directly in the powder, and then I press it in my under eye. Make sure that your under eye is as smooth as you need it to be, as smooth as you can get it, because however you set it, that is how it's going to stay. And really press that powder in too. Like I said, I have to set my entire face because I feel like that's what helps me look flawless throughout the day. So my favorite all over the face powder is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. It is tried and true. I have not found a better powder. And I'm going to take my La Mer the powder brush. So all I do is I dip into this powder and I roll it onto the face and press it to set it. And this is a super lightweight powder, but it does add just the tiniest bit of coverage. I feel like powders are the secret weapon to complexion products because that's what's going to help you get that velvety finish. Powders are what's going to give you that blurred look. But this is my foundation routine. So I'll be right back and I will show you everything all together. Once you get everything all together, now you need to decide what type of setting spray you want. The setting spray that I choose is always dependent on how I want my makeup to look. So if I want my complexion products to be more mattified, or if I'm going to be wearing it all day and I know I'm going to be moving and I need it to be locked in place, then definitely use one that is going to set it and make it secured. So my go-to setting spray is the Urban Decay All-Nighter Setting Spray. It locks it in. Or if I want my makeup to be a little bit dewier, I want to make it do what it do, then I go in with the Natasha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. So it's all dependent. This is not going to be for everybody. If you have extremely oily skin, then I would steer clear of this. But if you're a person like me, I have combination skin. When it gets cold outside, this is my best friend because it's going to allow my skin to look a little bit more radiant. So I'm going to double up my setting spray. So I'm going to take a little bit of the Urban Decay. And then I'm going to use 1, maybe 2 pumps of this Tatcha very lightly, and I'm actually going to go a little bit further away. And honestly, this is it, guys. My skin is going to be good for the rest of the day. No matter what products I use, this is my technique. I found that it works for any type products. So make sure you check out my video where I overview my favorite foundations. That way you guys know which ones are in my rotation, which ones are my go-to foundations. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. And I will talk to you all in my very next one. Smooches! Bye!